Coming to town Sunday, 4-1. Winners of 4 in a row against the 3-1 Seahawks. What are the keys? It's a bit of a surprise to some people that the Cowboys are 4-1, but they are.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to be 4-1, and you have to wonder if they even thought they were going to be 4-1. But a big part of it is that they're running the ball so well, taking a lot of pressure off Tony Romo, putting him in one of those situations where he's throwing because he wants to rather than he has to, and putting him in shorter third down situations too. So yeah, it's a much better Dallas team coming in here than everybody was expecting. And the keys, I have a couple of themes to start you off. The first is hamper history. DeMarco Murray, pretty decent running back, leads the league in rushing by 120 yards for the Cowboys. He can become the second player in NFL history and the first since Jim Brown in 1958 to open the season with 600-yard rushing efforts. And how long ago was 1958? Tony and I were young back then. And the thing that the Seahawks are going to have to do is emphasize tackling, which they put a greater emphasis on after they missed 12 tackles against the Chargers down there in week 2. They've had, I think, 3 and 5 missed tackles in their last 2 games. So that's a better indication. And also it's going to be a stamina thing because unlike the past where things weren't going well for the Cowboys in the running game, they'd go away from it. Tony Romo would just start throwing the ball all over the place, but they're sticking with it right now. And the Cowboys are going to have to do this against a Seahawks defense that is allowing an average of 62.3 rushing yards a game, 2.6 yards per carry, both number 1 in the NFL. DeMarco Murray is averaging 134 rushing yards a game, 5.2 yards per carry. So obviously, it's that old cliche, something's going to have to give at CenturyLink Field on Sunday. Number 2, the theme, in Russell they trust. And boy, do they ever, and should they ever. Russell Wilson, their third-year quarterback, is definitely on a roll. What the Seahawks can do on Sunday against Dallas is give them a little bit better protection and don't waste big plays with penalties. They've already been penalized 32 times for 246 yards. You can check in with Percy Harvin on that. He lost 3 touchdowns because of penalties, but just kind of jump on Russell's back on this roll that he's on and just kind of continue to ride this thing. And then the third one, and I'm a liar because I said in the review, Keys review from the Redskins game that I wasn't going to bring this up again, but it's turnovers. You know, it just has to happen. Even Pete Carroll has admitted that the Seahawks are winning without one of the key elements that has allowed them to win since he got here, and that's turnovers. They got 3 in 4 games. They had 13 in 4 games last year when they got up to a franchise best 4-0 start. But Dan Quinn, the defensive coordinator, says, I know they're coming. He likes the effort and the aggressiveness of which his guys are playing, and he says eventually they're going to get here. So you got to hope it's this Sunday because it would help, kind of maybe derail the Cowboys' offensive express a little bit.
They've had a handful of near turnovers, but they don't count near turnovers as an official statistic. So Cowboys 4-1. Seahawks 3-1 at CenturyLink on Sunday. I'm Tony Ventrella, Clare Farnsworth on Seahawks.com.